Greetings and salutations, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. What I have right now is kind of a special bulletin. I've already put out an upload for today, and I was sitting in my studio going over some things, and around 4:30 was informed that there was an attack. A very horrible attack. Before we get into that, though, a couple links. As you know, I rely on my Patreon, my PayPal, my merch store to help the channel to continue to grow and go. Those links are in the description below. Also, Dogman Frightening Encounters, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the audiobook version. They were written by Tom Lyons, narrated and produced by me, Jeffrey Nadolny. They are available on Audible, Amazon, and iTunes, and the links to those books are also in the description below. Now, everyone, I've taken enough of your time. Let's get on with today's upload, or special bulletin. Shall we? Tragedy has struck again, I believe, just by reading the couple of news articles I had, that we may, as this progresses, a possible government cover-up as well. I was sitting in my studio at around 4:30 today and just reading some stuff, going over some information, and received an email, and this is what came to light. A woman was found dead after an apparent bear attack in Colorado. A 39-year-old woman was found dead Friday night after an apparent bear attack in southern Colorado, according to a Colorado Park and Wildlife news release. The woman, a Durango resident, was believed to have gone walking with her two dogs earlier Friday, according to information provided to the La Plata County Sheriff's Office by her boyfriend, the release states. The boyfriend had last heard from the woman that morning, and when he returned home from work at around 8:30 p.m., he discovered the two dogs outside of their home, but the woman was missing, according to CPW. He started searching for her and discovered her body around 9:30 off of U.S. Highway 550, north of Durango, and called 911. The release states CPW wildlife officials responded and observed signs of consumption on the body and an abundance of bear scat and hair at the scene. A dog team quickly found a sow, a female black bear, and two yearlings nearby. The bears were euthanized and are being taken to CPW's Wildlife Health Lab in Fort Collins for a necropsy, CPW states. Bear attacks are extremely rare. According to Corey Chick, manager of CPW Southwest Region, this is a tragic event and a sad reminder that bears are wild and potentially dangerous. Over the last several decades, there have only been 3 fatal bear attacks in Colorado, in 1973, 1993, and 2009, according to CPW. The La Plata County coroner will perform an autopsy on the woman by early next week, the release also states. Second article I read, 39-year-old Colorado woman was killed in a apparent bear attack while walking her two dogs, authorities said Saturday. Her boyfriend told officials he returned home around 8:30 Friday, according to State Parks Office. He discovered the dogs outside their residence in Trimble, Colorado, but the woman was missing. He found her body an hour later and called 911, Colorado Parks and Wildlife said in the statement. Wildlife officers said they found signs of consumption on the body and an abundance of bear scat and hair at the scene. A dog team from the U.S. Department of Agriculture and Wildlife Services subsequently found a female black bear and two yearlings nearby. The bears were euthanized. The mother's teeth indicate that she was about 10 years old. Parks officials state bear attacks are extremely rare. Corey Chick, Southwest Regional Manager for Colorado Parks and Wildlife, said in a statement, "This is a tragic event and a sad reminder that bears are wild and potentially dangerous." The woman's name was expected to be released by the local coroner, who is expected to perform the autopsy by early next week. This is a very tragic event. You're absolutely right. This Corey Chick. Just a couple of things just are off for me, and a few of you as well, because as I was looking at all of this, I received 3 other emails. The header, first of all, apparent bear attack. There was bear scat and hair found around a consumed body. The lady had only been missing for less than 24 hours. She was found off of U.S. Highway 550. And I'm assuming that it wasn't that hard of a find for someone to find her, because her boyfriend found her rather quickly within that hour's time. Whether it be he knew her walking pattern or not, but very fast. Which, if it's off Highway 550, there's going to be lots of vehicles. So that's going to scare the shit out of bears, especially a female with cubs. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, the female had cubs and she was protecting her cubs. Just wait. They were yearlings, so they were right at that point where they were going to leave the mother. They probably had the rest of this summer and into the fall, possibly next winter. That's it, and then they were gone. So she would have, yes, protected those cubs without a doubt. But if this woman is right off Highway 550, why would the bears be there? Traffic. Why would the dogs return home? Because obviously the dogs are with her, so they more than likely would have stayed. I mean, I'm just saying, more than likely. Because, I'm sure, yeah, they saw a bear, but if they saw their master, any dog, I don't care if it's a min pin, if you have a bond or a closeness with your animal and something bad happens, chances are it's going to stick around. Unless scared. But none of this makes any sense. I don't feel like it was a bear attack. There's too many. Over the last several decades, there has been 3 fatal bear attacks. Well, why didn't they include this one? A lot of people say, well, because they don't know. But they do, because they want to pawn it off as one, because they're putting it up in the paper already as one. I mean, multiple newspapers are covering it like that. I don't know, it's just strange to me, because less than 24 hours. I'm guessing if he saw her in the morning, it was probably 9, 8:30, somewhere around there. A little 12 hours, And they already consumed her. No. If the bear was going to protect her cubs, she would have knocked the woman down. Probably, if the kill happened by a bear. But the consumption does not make sense. I mean, we're talking 12 hours a bear. First of all, female bears here, give me 1 second to shed some light. Unlike female bears motivated to attack humans to protect their cubs, male black bears actually prey on humans, viewing them as potential food source, though usually shy and cautious animals. Asian black bears are more aggressive towards humans than the brown bears of Eurasia. So, unlike female bears who are motivated to attack, yes, the male black bears attack and eat humans because they view us as a food source. Wow, that's really douchey, you fat little furry bastards. But, I mean, this is... And then these yearlings, the cubs grow fat on their mother's milk until they are weaned, usually at about 6 to 8 months of age. They'll stay with their mother and spend the second winter with her in hibernation. During the second spring, they usually leave and strike out and live a more solitary life as an adult. So right here, we are in this secondary spring. They're obviously large enough to put down because they think these little, I mean, if they were babies, they wouldn't have even thought, hey, they consumed this woman, we're not putting them down. We would have brought them somewhere else, you know, like a zoo or whatever. But instead they put them down to make a point. But I don't know. I just, it's not making sense. Plus the dogs being at home when this guy got home too. And then they viewed this animal's teeth. And they said it's about 10 years old. Well, you opened its mouth, and if this animal consumed parts of human, you would have known, because unlike human beings, well, most human beings, we brush our teeth and take care of our mouth. Bears really don't, because they don't have toothbrushes and dental floss and good shit like that. So I don't know. It's just, it makes no sense, and I'm going to keep an eye on it. And I know the people that sent me the emails are going to keep an eye on it as well. I want to thank those people who did. Like I said, my first email came to me at 4:30, and I was just reading it on the Google News. So you guys are rock for, you know, bringing it to my attention as well. I mean, I was reading it at the same time. It was just cool how it worked out. But yeah, a tragedy nonetheless. But I don't think this was going to be a bear attack. And throughout this, we'll follow it, and we will look at how the news labels it. And throughout this, the news will always kind of make mistakes in their wording. So, and regardless of how good of a writer they have, because there's always 6 other news articles to go along with that one. So, I don't know. I just wanted to share this with you guys, and I will keep you updated on it. And stay safe, I guess, because the first bear attack of 2021 with cubs, and your dogs will return home. This makes absolutely no sense. This is insane. Anyway, this poor lady and her family. Alright, I will see you tomorrow for tomorrow's upload. Thank you for everything, and have a good rest of your evening. See ya!